Oh, yes.
and we'll be live immediately. Lead live.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first IIFL tournament. We are into the last stages of day two, and I have with me the charismatic IM Vishal Sareen and one of the best organizers in India, Praful Zaveri. Hi, Vishal.
Yeah, hi. Pleasure to be here. This is obviously a very unique event set up by Praful himself, and indeed a unique opportunity for our young players to basically get an exposure of a different kind, playing in the same age group for a very high price fund.
True. I mean, first time such a tournament with such a high prize fund organized for kids under 13. How did this idea come to you?
Well, first of all, Sagar and Vishal, privileged to be amongst you, one of the leading lights of India. Basically, this idea also came from Vishal in a way, like when he used to take his kids for Dubai Junior, he said, whenever you have a chance, take the kids to this event. So I had visited this event with my students at Dubai Junior in 2013, and they did reasonably well. One of them, Ridit India, went on to win a joint second prize, and he got a hefty purse of 60,000 rupees. So, by seeing the setting, I thought, okay, why not have this event in India? And of course, something better we can improve on them. Of course, we cannot match the infrastructure in terms of the playing hall, the Dubai chess club they have. But I thought maybe let us give it a try. And the wings to this imagination was given by IIFLW Wealth, the CEO and managing director, Mr. Karan Bhagat. So when I had a meeting with him in at Taiwan, and I gave him the idea. He said, "Let us go ahead with this." So I think means uh, we can say that this is how the birth of this event took place.
Talking about the infrastructure, Praful, I mean, surely has got one of the finest tournament venues that we've ever seen, and we haven't seen few, is what I'm trying to say. We've seen hundreds of playing venues across the country, in fact, across the world, and this will qualify as one of the finest one. How did you, how could you have access to such a beautiful venue in Mumbai?
Basically, like say, if we always compare, means or whenever we talk of chess tournaments, we always say no, we can never match Delhi or for that matter other cities because like Delhi, we see a lot of giant stadiums thanks to Commonwealth and Asian Games. So Mumbai has a dearth of this. There is only one stadium worth mentioning, NSCI. We had one of the mayor's event, the 2013 edition, but I think that is out of bounds in terms of costing. So when in fact this event was finalized way back in May 2015, but somehow we could not find the right place, and then we we had a search, had a recipe of a lot of venues, and then we earmarked this, and we said that if at all we need to do this event, this has to be the place. And thanks to Z also, the Mount Litra group, they willingly came forward to uh, give their place as a tournament venue for next 5 years.
And yeah, talking about this, like this has been conceptualized now into a, not this standalone event, but it's going to go on and be there for the next 5 years. There will be changes, there will be improvisations. We're sure about it.
Basic thing of what we are looking, Vishal, is that we should have it as a norm event. So, of course, this time we are less by time. We need a 120 days approval from the ministry to make it as a norm event. So, hopefully, now that since the venue has been uh, finalized, the sponsors are willing. So, I think there should not be any hindrance in making it as a norm event. And I think now the improvisation is that let us give very good conditions to GMs and IMs, and also all the future stars of India India and the world would be coming for this event.
That this really is a massive opportunity, in fact, offered to the young children. I'm sure Sagar
Yes.
would agree.
Yeah, I think mainly the infrastructure here is so wonderful and the settings are so good that I guess next year when many more foreign players and GMs would come, this is like a good test drive what we have done here, and they would have wonderful fun over here. So I think this year this is a good start, and next year we can see that this becoming much bigger.
Yes, Sagar, by all means, I think a good start.
Yes.
And with the support of all of you, I would like to see all of you as a part of this team for at least for the next 5 years. The event would not do without you. So it is indeed a pleasure and a privilege to be amongst greats like you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for good.
Okay, so maybe we should. So, would you like to see one game which is going on right now? I think it's.
Yeah, we are in the finishing stages of the
stage.
day 2.
So we could just see.
I could quickly have a look at one of the games.
Yes, and it's the game between Hriday Bhutta and his opponent is
Yogesh. Lokesh, yeah?
Gukesh. Yeah, Gukesh. I think Gukesh recently won national schools. Yeah, under 13, if I'm not wrong. So he's the higher rated player, rated around 2000, and his opponent is 1300. But the position looks pretty even. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the higher rated is going to prevail here. In fact, White seems to be pretty much on course for a draw.
Well, but what do you think?
I feel rating difference is much, but to say something about this young lad Hriday is from Mumbai, and though means it doesn't reflect his actual rating, is a very strong player and has gave out good performance here.
But Vishal, I would like to differ with you on this position. I feel that Black will somehow trick White in the end, because one thing is that if Black could get in the move b5 at some point, and ab5, queen b5, the a pawn, which is the far advanced passer, I mean outside passer, and would count for something, as well as the Black king being close to this queenside pawns. So I guess micro advantages for Black.
Okay, White should surely be looking at some sort of fortress, starting with put a pawn on g4 and exchange a couple of pawns on the king side. And okay, I mean, it looks well within grasp,
Yes.
but obviously Black hasn't given up yet. So being the high-rated player, and I don't think he would in the near future. Also, this game is going to go on for some time for sure.
True. But talking about higher-rated players, we have a really strong 2280 player from Bangladesh. So how did he decide to play this event? Like
again, thanks to Vishal. In fact, when we floated this idea and time was less, and with the sponsors spending so much, it would be like if there is no foreign participation, it wouldn't look good. Maybe there was no flavor in that. So I asked Vishal, and we readily obliged. First, he tied up Bangladesh, and then we managed to get 4 players from Nepal, and then we had 1 from Kenya. So that Kenyan player was a really interesting story. He wanted to participate. Vishal had floated through Kasparov's
Kasparov Chess Foundation.
Chess Foundation's website for players who were in Kasparov Africa region to participate in this event, and many had come forward. Like I was happy to see you were trying for Ali Raza. We had a good this one. So this Kenyan boy did not have a FIDE rating, and we said that it's not possible to have him unless he has not a FIDE rating. Sorry, my apologies. FIDE ID. And then the Kenyan website was hacked, so they couldn't generate the ID, which normally should take 5 minutes. But then they, I think, worked overnight to set all the things right. The boy got the FIDE ID, and he flew next day morning to be here as a part of this event.
wow, wonderful.
Yeah, this is exactly the kind of opportunity I was talking about. When we offer such opportunities, there are people who are taking it. It's like up for grabs, and people all the way from Africa, as far away as Africa, coming and playing here. And obviously, like you said, if it is going to be held for the next 5 years, this is going to grow in stature. There will be many more participants from various countries in the next edition for sure.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I was playing in the Qatar Masters a few days ago, and the top players who were, were facing such a tough time against these 12-year-olds and 10-year-old kids. And I think that all these kids, when they face off against each other in a tournament like this, it's very interesting for the spectators to see who will come out on top. Because against the grandmasters, they are playing really well. So when they play each other, it's great fun. So I like this under 13 event much more than the open event. I'm looking at that with much more interest.
It's clear. I mean, the peer pressure is there in the kids, obviously, when they play in the same age group championships. But at the same time, this also, has the potential of bringing out the best. Like in this case, the game that we were just seeing a short while ago. Now, a 1300 player competing against a much higher rating opponent, but he's not so much intimidated.
Yes.
He's just trying his best to fight him, and he has survived a good 4 hours. And well, it seems that the battle's still on, and this is what it's all about.
Yes, for sure. So, I mean, we could just go back and have a look at this game, or maybe there are some other games which have been completed. So, but yeah, I guess this game will go on for another few hours. I think maybe an hour or so. So, I don't think it's too much interest here. But Vishal, you were at the tournament hall. Any interesting games that you passed by?
Quite a few. I mean, like kids have been matching each other move for a long time, and obviously when you are at the fag end of the day, you see some of the really bloody battles that these tiny tots are playing still going on. And obviously there's not one, quite a few. And we also have a special prize as the game of the day, which will be which is a prize coming from Chess Base India. And I think that itself is a very unique opportunity for the kids to get themselves uh, I mean, up to date with the technology that the game provides these days. And the Chess Base India prize obviously will bring them closer to getting glory in due course of time, because it's obviously one step forward for them.
True. I mean, that was the main idea of forming Chessbase India, to bring up-to-date technology in India at affordable price. So I think having the best game price as a Chessbase account makes complete sense, because then these kids can become all the more better at the game. But we have one more game which I just was looking at, and that was by Aditya Mittal. I think this kid is from Mumbai, yes?
He's from Mumbai, and I think one of the brightest talent in the vicinity.
Okay, if I just like to intervene here. I saw Aitamathal back in Delhi just about a week or so back, where he was playing in the International Open, and this guy is amazingly talented. It looks like it's like he he stands maybe about 3.5 feet tall, and he was intimidating opponents. Uh, I mean, double his size, and obviously 5 times his age. And that was a very random happening. It was not one day or once or twice that it happened. It was almost the same story every day.
But so you heard his name for the first time at the Delhi Open, yes?
Yes, that was true.
And but you have been following up his successes.
Yes, we've been following his success, and I think his rise is meteoric. Means if we say look at go back 1 year, he was rated something in the range of 1600, and but now reaching 2000 in a very quick time. So I think that is phenomenal, and he has a great future.
Okay. And in this game against Kannan Pranav, we can just see the final position. He just is completely dominating. He is
Yeah,
pawn up and
going to win an exchange
yeah,
too.
winning an exchange. So I think he's on 2 out of 2, and there
I'm
are
sure Aitamathal here in this event, I see him definitely in the top 10 for sure.
Okay.
Sorry. Maybe little better. I mean, it depends on how he fares with the people who are higher ranked than him.
Yes, that would be interesting. And but if you were to, you have to choose a favorite to win. Would it be the player from Bangladesh, or
I
who do
will.
you think it
Okay,
is?
mind says Bangladesh, but heart says India. So we'll see that. We cross that bridge. We still have a week to go.
Yes,
It's a
it's a
long
long
event,
road.
and obviously there'll be opportunities to explore things further.
Yes, and I think having one round a day makes a huge difference.
Mm.
Yeah, and especially with we have a database going to the players. Uh, so I think something around 50 games that the team is putting in
Okay.
for download, so help them in their preparation. And I think they should make the event format a very interesting format.
Yes. I mean, usually I see people trying to organize events in 4 days or 5 days, trying to have double rounds to cut costs. But here, I mean, you are trying to go like 9 days. I thought maybe next year there would be even a rest day. It seems.
I'm open to all these ideas. I think it's a good concept, and say midway stage, children and all players, say GMs also having a tour of Mumbai. It's a beautiful city. And I think we'll go back to the heritage. So I think a rest day is a good idea. We'd like to explore. And I think, yes, double time control, our children, whatever they are playing, they go to the world and to the Asian and even for the world school, and they have this time control. And basically, say our nationals are 90 plus 30 or single time control. So it's like very difficult to adjust to that setting that you are playing 90 plus 30, and then all of a sudden, then you find that you have to make a stipulated number of moves. So maybe I thought that why not have a time control which is going to become a standard in all the world events.
This is a classical setting in the perfect fashion. So,
Wonderful. But a question to both of you, I mean, we saw that Mumbai had a grandmaster. I think he was the third grandmaster from India,
Yeah.
Praveen Thipse.
yeah.
In fact, but sorry to interrupt, the first nom was by Anand, means not by Anand but by Praveen.
Yes, the
Mhm.
first
First GM
grandmaster
nom,
norm of
yeah.
India was by Praveen Thipse. But that was his GM title was finished way back in what year was it?
This was in '94 that he became a grandmaster.
94, and so 22 years now, and no grandmaster from a city like Mumbai. How do you explain this? I mean,
I don't know, maybe where we have gone wrong. Maybe Mumbai was one of the dominant figure in the setup of say what we say the players from all over India. The birth of the federation was from here. The birth of All India Chess Federation. The first game norm was from here, and you see the ladies dominating nationals. Means say between Rohini, Vasanti, and Jayashree, they ruled for 11 years.
Khadilkar sisters.
Yes.
Khadilkar sisters, and then followed by another 10 years by Bhagyashree and Anupama. So I think there was no one till Vijay came on the scene to win back one of the nationals. So I don't know somehow where we went wrong. Maybe we did not have that much of an event, or maybe like say Anand effect, like Tamil Nadu took it to the hills, like took advantage of whatever Anand has done for India. So I think that was maybe I don't know. Some maybe you'll be able to give more input, Sagar, or maybe
It's okay. It's basically I feel it's more to do with adapting to a certain because the chess world was going through a change, and well, this is a busy city. So
yeah.
and the when the like the when the I mean there was a time when books used to be your foray, and at those times I think Mumbai dominated the scene. But then when the technology took over, the adaptability to technology in the same place was not as high as others or people, let's say players from Tamil Nadu took it. And these days it's more about technology and less about skill. So if you know a lot of technology, you can build in a lot of skills yourself. And I think this was one factor that contributed to Mumbai lagging behind. But I think this event is a just step forward, which this event has that capability, that vision to bring those glory days back.
yes, and I think that is your vision, yeah, with the IIFL tournament. What Vishal just said, to get more kids to become those that elusive grandmaster title. Yeah.
I think, Sagar, you are the next in the line to become Mumbai's GM. So I
Yeah,
think
he in fact is our best
yes,
hope.
he's our best hope, and we all look forward to you. And I think with all this support system which has come into place, they should not be far behind when we produce one more GM from the city, and then automatically it follows that things get better from here.
Yeah, I mean, I myself am looking forward to become a grandmaster, but becoming one at the age of 26 now is not such a great. I would look at someone half my age to become a grandmaster from Mumbai. 13-year-old would be really interesting.
Maybe, but they all would be looking for you, to follow your footsteps. Whatever with the age, title is title.
Yes.
And I think it should inspire a lot of Mumbai kids you are training, and even the others who follows you via your blog. So I think we should not be far behind in coming back to the pinnacle. I think maybe another five should be. I don't know, Vishal, how much back we are. But maybe 5 years.
Yeah, okay. It's a lot of backlog.
A
You
lot of
can't
backlog.
really say how much time it will take, but this event, this has the power. See, it is any event has the power to change history, and this event stands alone. It is a unique. It is conceptualized beautifully, wonderful settings, everything in its place. A place for everything is what they say. It's like there's absolutely nothing lacking here. This will propel more and more people to come to chess, and more people playing means there will be more and more talents who will then be nurtured. It's a process.
Yes.
It's a process which will take some time, but yes, the platform has been laid, the foundation is now there, and finally we can look forward to building that space where grandmasters will be made. They will become like as random as they're in Chennai. Maybe someday it will happen, and well, who knows?
Yes.
Maybe we from here in Mumbai we can produce. Why not a world champion?
Definitely. I mean, I think that's the dream that we are all looking forward to with IIFLW tournament. Uh, Maybe speaking about the chess, I think the last game that is going on is now reaching quite an interesting moment between Hriday and Gukesh. And I mean, we have, I think clearly Black has made some progress.
Yes, and White has just been sitting, I mean, sitting just tight, not doing anything. He should have been looking at making some sort of a fortress,
Yeah.
but that doesn't seem to be happening now. Black has made a substantial progress since the last time we saw this position, obviously.
Yes, as you were saying, somewhere he should have gone G4 and tried to make a fortress. Not here, but
Yeah, no, it was pretty obvious to play G4 even in the last position that we saw,
yeah.
just a few moves back. Yeah, King was still on A7. Black King was still on A7. Yeah, I think somewhere here, G4 was just
Yeah, maybe instead of going to King G1,
Yeah.
Queen E6, maybe G4 here. Could
yes.
be an
Okay,
idea.
here also even King F1 was I thought was okay because let Black Queen come to H3 because that opens up this space for a perpetual check on the back lines.
Yes.
So I mean I was willing to in fact sacrifice a pawn being Black just to the last move. Yeah.
Where?
I think here King F1 I thought was not needed. Yeah, here just G4.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
G4
Yeah,
and
because King F1 got King B7 in.
yeah, and now I think maybe he would have gone H4 trying to fix a
Yeah,
weakness.
now some
but
G5 maybe. No, it's okay. Maybe not G5 because D7 is under control.
yeah.
But okay, I think we can just simply play King G2.
Yes.
Yeah. And okay, White. See, when by the time Black King comes out here, White would have made some progress on the King side as well.
Yes.
So F4, F5 or F4, G5 to follow, and already White also looks intimidating. As Black is on the Queen side now, White will try and now aim at the H4 pawn.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. Because this last position which we just see right now, I was thinking that after King C5 over here, and just let's say for just a sample variation, if he goes King E2, somewhere just this move would just win the game, right? Because after the Queen
Yes, of course,
exchange,
yeah. This is elementary, with just B5 and
Yes,
it's over.
and you just create an outside passer, and that's the end of the game. So White is now in real danger because he cannot bring his king out over here, and the black king has already reached C5.
Yeah, that's a massive progress compared to where it was on C7.
Yes.
I mean on A7.
Okay, and now we have more moves from the game, and the last move was White playing king to E2.
Yeah, now Queen E6 just wins on the spot.
Yeah. So basically, after Queen E6, there's a Queen exchange, and
So
B5 next, outside passer, and we move.
obviously, black here we know is higher rated, has probably more experience also,
Yes.
and well, in the end, that plays a part when it's a long game.
Yes. I mean, when I was young and I was rated around 2000 and playing against 2300 or 2400 players, I would always lose such end games. So as a coach, both of you coaches, I mean, what would you recommend to players who sit in the end game, just do nothing, and finally the higher rated player prevails? I mean, how do they improve their active thinking?
Well, for me, it's always been like I mean, I would say that the end games have to be treated like a battle. So the further you go, the better your chances are. So sitting back in your ranks is not exactly an ideal situation, especially in the end games. I mean, you are bound to fall back because, like for example, here Black King is a super piece, whereas White King is just sitting. It's a sitting duck,
Yes.
just doing nothing. I mean, just probably just supporting one pawn and I mean, typically doing nothing. This is exactly the situation is where black has got king, which is working as a piece.
Yes.
And like I said, going forward is the way to win a battle. And black has done that very successfully here. White was just sitting in his ranks and not able to do this.
Yeah.
That's why I was suggesting to play G4, F4. You have to become active. You have to go forward, and that's the way I think all Indian should be played.
That's a very important advice by Vishal, and here we see. I think the
This is
game is
typical
over.
India, yeah. The black is just gonna go skate through. Nice win in the end, I would say. I think black really handled it uh, quite maturely. I mean, given that this is an under 13 event, playing a queen and pawn in game, slowly building your position up. I mean, not we are used to seeing this in high quality games and
Yes.
masters.
But I think nowadays the kids have improved in technique with all this information explosion and so many DVDs coming out on best games by Smyslow or Petrosian. They can understand a lot of prophylaxis as well as maybe someone who is twice their age or something.
Which is it's quite normal and one more thing is like some of these kids, like somebody who plays like a game like this, I think with especially the black player, also the white player till that certain point where I mean, it's obviously not judging them with this one game, but the thing is that now you know that you have a talent here in whoever the black player here is, Gukesh. Okay, so now you know you have a talent here. Somebody who knows how to build this position slowly but surely and how to eventually convert a minuscule advantage into a full point. Now, this is a talent. He needs nurturing.
Yes.
And this is exactly what this event gives us a platform to identify talents who can be nurtured further. And slowly, that pedestal that you're looking up to be reached.
Yes, and I think that is one of the advantages of having the live commentary. Like an experienced IM like you would be assessing the game of this young kid, and it doesn't matter what his result is. Finally, you can understand whether he's talented or not, and he could get exposure in that sense. So, I think another good decision by you to have live commentary at the event.
I think that is it is a privilege for kids to hear all of you, all the greats comment on their game. They don't have this type of, and I think this will be the memories for them to cherish for a lifetime. That someone great like Vishal and Sagar has commented on their game, and maybe it will make them work hard. Yes, I want to be here for this next event and to make it as a limelight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about me, but the thing is, once there was an incident where there was a Polish player called Pakleza. He was playing in the Reykjavik Open, and when Magnus Carlsen came to just visit there, he went to the commentary room to give commentary. And Magnus knows about everyone. He studies so many books. He knows all the players. So when the commentator showed the game of Pakleza, who is around 2500 GM, Magnus said, Pakleza is a very good defender. He will win this endgame. And he won the game. And later on, Pakleza was told that Magnus said you are a wonderful defender, and that gave him such a boost in confidence that he went on to play a wonderful event. So I guess when someone speaks good words about these players, like you said about Gukesh right now, it might motivate him to work harder and become stronger.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
No, definitely these kids are amazingly talented. In fact, you are going to get, I'm sure, from here, a very talented bunch. And a step forward, which I really appreciate, is that the top 20 players here will get Grandmaster coaching free of cost, offered to them by Grandmaster Praveen Tipson.
Amazing.
I mean, this is another. This is what one opportunity leads to another, and another to another, and finally, that dreams are realized. This is how it happens.
Wonderful. Great.
I think the game is ended, or is going to end in a couple of moves.
So I guess
Yeah, I think
call
we
it a
had a
day.
long day at the championship, at this IIFL World International Chess Tournament here at Mumbai. So,
And I think tomorrow will be exciting.
yeah, surely, every day is exciting here. It's not going to be just one day of excitement. It's a long tournament. There's 7 more days, 7 more games still to be played. But surely can look up to some amazing chess by these youngsters.
Yes, for sure. But there's one more thing that would be exciting tomorrow. We could get a new grandmaster for India. Yeah, because
Yes.
Shardul Gagre is at 2499.
Yeah, so
Right
the
now.
live rating, and so tomorrow should be a great day.
Yeah, that would be the open event where Shardul Gagre just needs to win his game tomorrow to become the next Grandmaster of India.
Yes. And any idea whom he is playing tomorrow? No, okay. So maybe
So we'll
that
know
would
the
be
pair,
good.
we'll get to know the pairings in a short
Yeah.
while, and then let Shardul figure it out
Yes.
himself. Yeah, I think that will make sense. Yeah.
Okay, so we should call it a day and
Yeah, I think we will call it a day now here at the IIFL World Mumbai International Children's Chess Tournament for players aged under 13 years. A wonderful discussion with Praful, and great to have
Thank you.
Saga besides me. I mean, he surely is going to be a grandmaster in very near future and launching ChessBase India here in India very soon. Pleasure to have you here, Saga, and
thank you so much.
look forward to many more such meetings, and of course a very exciting chess that will follow here
Thank
at
you,
the IIFL
Shah.
World.
Thank you, Sagar.
Thank you so much.
सही कही दादा हैं? मेरे तो साले रिहर्सल करा हुआ मुझे लगता है रिहर्सल किया है?
सागर बैठा था तो रिहर्सल की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी पूरा के अंदर इसमें तो एक्सपर्ट हो गया ना
वो तो कितने साल से
नहीं ये कमेंट्री कर रहा है लाइव नहीं करी इसने
लाइव कभी आज पहली बार
अच्छा
नेवर
मतलब मैंने आपसे पहले किया
you beat me in my tracks.
अरे नारायण